What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 100 of The Road to Glory, here with FC United of Manchester. Just to kick things off, guys, thank you so much for your support across this series. This was one of the first series I brought to my channel when I started it back in January. Since then, my channel has grown at an absolutely crazy rate. You guys have continued to watch this video, the kind of videos in this series. You've continued to show your support, and I really can't explain how awesome it is. So for episode 100, I decided to do something a little bit different. Well, not really different because I've done it before, but basically we're going to just do a month-long live com. Hopefully it's up to your guys' kind of expectations of something we can do. It's January as well, so there might be a bit of kind of transfer dealings to do. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but if you watch until the end, thank you for doing so. And other than that, let's crack on straight away into this video. So, last episode, if you missed it, we lost on penalties to Manchester United in the League Cup. This month, we're going to have a fairly mixed bag of fixtures. Across these fixtures, I'd expect to win all but maybe the Tottenham game. But, you know, things never work out like that in FM. We'll just have to take things as they go and see how we get on. Looking at the squad and more importantly the team general information, just a quick look at this kind of stuff because I don't cover it too often. You can see here that the club legends are myself, Glenn Stewart and then Carl Marginson, who's actually the existing and current manager for FC United. In terms of icons, a few familiar names that you might see here, Shane Barney and Francesco Adani. Of course, he helped us out through League One. And then in favourite personnel, Barbosa, Jorge Benitez, Checo and Gorfier are all players still playing for the club, with the exception of Benitez, who of course is at Real Madrid. Media prediction is 7th at the moment. We are currently 9th, but we do have some games in hand which, if we were to win, would see us certainly climb back up and be near where our target and expectations lie. So anyway, that is that. Just a quick look, because you will notice that it's quite late on the 1st of January. A few things happened just to start off the month before I started recording. 2 players joined us. They were the 2 Irish lads who I covered last episode. Paul Afum, former legend, is signing for Olympiacos. Obviously, this guy came through our kind of system. Brought him in from Ghana, I think it was. Yeah, Red Bull Ghana when we were in League One. Since then, he's gone on to play for Anderlecht. He's played in wherever this country is, Saudi Arabia, where he came 3rd in the African Player of the Year award. He got 3rd place there, which is good to see. But since then, his contract's run out and he's going to Olympiacos. Obviously, a few more transfers going in and out, and I've just rejected an offer from Manchester United in the region of 20 million for Barbosa. I really don't want to sell him to Manchester United. I've just offered him to clubs for 27.5 million. Both Bayern Munich and Manchester United are interesting, so it's going to be interesting to kind of see who comes in for him. But at all costs, I don't want to sell him to a rival in our league. And then, just a little bit of news. The board have been so kind, they've given me an extra £500,000 in the transfer budget. It's not going to make a difference to us. I don't think there's going to be too much action on the ins and outs in the transfer market. It'll more depend on I guess what comes about in the ways of deals out. Looking at percentage of transfer revenue made is only 30 million, but our finances as a whole are not great, but they are stable. So I may consider selling Barbosa, and as I said, I have offered him to clubs, so who knows, maybe someone will come in during the length of kind of this video, and if they do, you know, it's going to take a good offer to take him away from the club. He is not our first choice striker, but at the same time he is a very good kind of prospect, and I really don't want to let him go to one of our rival clubs if I can avoid it. So we'll see what bids come in. There's some transfer news. I'm guessing that will be for him. A few bids going in for players on my shortlist, including Barcelona bidding for Hadji. Damn, he's worth 10 million and they've offered 40. Wow. Maybe there's hope for me yet to get a decent amount of money in for Barbosa. Real Madrid making an offer for him as well. Gary Neville is set to be signed as a coach. What a beast. Okay, so transfer news. Real Madrid 23 million, but none of it's immediate. No, I'm going to reject that. I think I can get more from them than that. And then West Ham just taking a piss with that bid. That's a joke, West Ham. Get out. So yeah, as I mentioned, there isn't really any money to do transfers with. I have looked to see if there's any players with contracts expiring who might be worth a punt. Not really found anyone who I think is going to be a player who I want to have in the squad. So, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of bid. A few of my players do have kind of clubs interested in them, and it's going to be tough to keep hold of them. So unless there's some very insane bids coming in, I don't think there's going to be too much action this window. No, I can't see anything. You know, I say that now. In a few days, it might all change, but hopefully that'll be good. Pavlenko's just signed a new contract as well, our first choice goalkeeper, which is good to see, because he does need a new kind of contract, just to keep him at the club, keep him happy. So that is good to see. We have got, as I mentioned, we've got Reading today. Only game on today, and it's a Saturday. That's an odd one. Let's see what we can do. We are favourites, which is a good sign, but we do need to win these kind of games, despite the fact we are away. Peyrard wants a rest. I am going to just rotate the squad, because you can see here we have got some players who could just do a little bit of a break, you know, playing a lot of regular first-team football. Obviously, the kind of sheer quantity of fixtures has increased dramatically this year compared to in the past, because of the kind of European quest that we're on. So it is important that I kind of rotate the squad as best as possible. I'm going to bring on Rico Francis. He's going to play for us today, the young anchorman. He's going to be playing in replacement for Matty, who just needs a break. Any more players who I should probably be giving a break? Luke Shaw at left back. We'll play Vladimir Silkin here. Obviously, this guy came in on a free at the start of this season. He had been on loan with us in the past. He is unhappy about lack of first-team football, so he may go out this window, and it'd be nice if we could sell him on for a little bit of profit. Obviously, he's coming on a free this summer, so any money that we make would be, I guess, profitable. But I am going to stick with that squad. Fairly strong starting 11, it has to be said, despite a few changes here and there. So hopefully we can get a result at this kind of Reading side. You know, you'd expect to see us do so. And hopefully we can do it. You know, I believe that this is the kind of match that we should win, and it's the kind of game whereby if we don't win it, we can't really say that we deserve European football at the end of the season. If you can't beat Reading away, you probably shouldn't be in the Premier League. No disrespect to Reading there. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. Obviously, the likes of Rico Francis, I'm looking for him to give a good performance. The young anchorman, he has played in the England under-21 setup a fair bit, so he is experienced when it comes to first-team football, and he has been playing regularly in the reserves as an anchorman, so he should be absolutely fine for us, you'd hope. And it looks like we're already creating an opportunity here in the 13th minute, which is good to see. Our players linking up well. You can see the wing-backs pushing up in support and cutting inside. Silkin's there. Rico Francis gets caught in possession though, but reclaimed. Can Nazarov do something here? Nazarov's been on good goal scoring form this year, and João Jose, what a finish, my son. 1-0 here, good little start to this live com session. Nazarov with the assist. As I was just mentioning there, Nazarov, right back, he's been at the club for a number of years. This year he's really worked on his attacking game a fair bit. He seems to be banging in a lot more goals and getting far more assists from out on the right, which is really good to see, and that is an absolutely fantastic start to this game against Reading. I need more wins this episode. Even if we lose a few, I'm more focusing on getting as many wins as we can, because ultimately we are drawing far too many, and I guess this live com presents me with an opportunity to focus and hopefully work on, I guess, improving the squad and doing better. I'm happy with your performance so far. Keep it up. I'm going to go with you weren't bad, but I believe you can improve. Same for the striker and defence. We'll just go with calm. I'm happy with your defensive solid work. 1-0, not too bad of a start to the game. Vladimir Silkin has taken a knock, however. I am going to play him through it just because I haven't got a left-back alternative on the bench, I don't think, unless Luke Shaw's there. Luke Shaw is there, but he's lacking fitness, and it doesn't look like the knock's too bad based off his condition, so I'm going to keep him on. We're only 51 minutes in. If he gets really bad, I can just sub him off and give Luke Shaw a run out. However, the main reason for Silkin being on is that I want to give him a rest. So we've got a chance here, and Rodriguez gets in the ball, cleared away. Rodriguez, second attempt offside, I think, and it's not been given. I'm not going to complain. That is 2-0. Great performance here. And it's raining outside. Guys, if you don't know, in England we've been having a heat wave, and there's like rain coming and going, and it's getting kind of annoying for everyone here, the heat. So now it's raining loads. I'm pretty happy, but I am going to quickly shut my window before my room fills up with water during this commentary. So hopefully I'm going to pause the game and do some changes in just a sec. One sec, guys. Okay, so we're back, and the reason for me doing that is that I don't want a thunderstorm or just rain in the background because it is really annoying. I apologise for the sheer professionalism of that break. I covered it up very well. You wouldn't have even known I was gone. Just going to make a few changes here, just sub off a few of the players who are getting a little bit more tired. But all in all, really good performance so far. Obviously now 2-0 up, 20 minutes left. We should have the result in the bag, you'd feel, even away here at Reading. They're yet to have a shot on target, which kind of mirrors what you may have seen in some of the match reports of games that I've covered in the past. The fact that we are just shutting out teams at the back, and it seems that our drawing kind of pattern comes from a lack of converting the chances that we do have, and perhaps other teams being more clinical against us. Maybe one last chance here, going right into the end of the game. Dzeko here, can you get in a ball of quality? He cannot, no. So, all in all, good little performance here. It looks like it is going to now finish 2-0. Important to get this first win like during this live com. Get some momentum going, hopefully, and hopefully we can take this kind of level of performance into our future games. You may notice former FC United and Manchester legend Aku Peltola in goal as well for Reading, which is good to see. A nice victory, well done. That was a good performance by the team. Rico Francis had a good game. João José grabbing the Man of the Match award. Looking at the league, still got a few games in hand, but it is vital that we start to win them in order to close the gap on the teams ahead of us. I mean, if we were to win our games in hand on the teams above us, we could be 4 points away from the top of the table, which would be a good place to find ourselves in. But all in all, good performance. Good to see João José get on the score sheet. Obviously, this lad's been here for a number of years. This year and last year, he's been playing a little bit more, and he is kind of matching what I'd expect from a player of his kind of stature, and kind of he's had a very good time at the club in terms of playing a lot of first team football and developing, and it has helped him, I believe, to kind of become the player that he is today in terms of he's a first team quality player who really gels well with the squad whenever he gets slotted in. So looking at that, João José did get Man of the Match award. Nothing really happening in the news. I'm subscribed to so many random players. I really should sort this out. Manchester City are interested in Nazarov. Respond to transfer speculation. Issue a hands-off warning. You are not getting your hands on him, I'm afraid. Atletico Madrid make a bid for João José of 8 million. He's worth 8.75 million, so there's no way I'm going to accept that bid. I'm actually going to set his transfer status to wanted. We'll go with 22.5 million I want for him. That might seem like I'm pricing him very high, but you've got to remember, despite the fact his kind of current ability isn't the best, he is a player whom has potential to improve still in the future, and I believe that he'll be worth far more than £8 million in the future. He wants a new contract, and I really can't afford to give him one. And he's got 2 years left on his deal, so I'm not even going to bother offering him a new contract just yet. I'm going to talk to him and then tell him that he's got time left on his deal. There'll be no talks. I can't agree on. I feel like I deserve a new deal. I'll have to transfer you. If I don't want to list him, I don't want to sell him, but at the same time, I don't want to just power him off. And I can't afford to give him a new deal yet. Okay, he dropped it. That usually works. It's a bit of a gamble, and I was contemplating not doing it for a second. But usually if you tell a player, oh, I'm going to transfer this year, if you don't stop being a whiny bitch, they'll stop whining. So pro tip of the day there, act like a hard-nosed asshole to your players, and they'll respect you better. So, anyway, we have got QPR in our next game. They are just behind us in the league. Obviously, they've played a few more games, so I'm hopeful that we will be able to get a good performance against them. And just a quick thing, someone asked me on a few videos, how do you get your FM to process really quick? Because it's something that, a few people have asked me. My computer is an absolute tank. There's no way to get your FM to run particularly faster other than getting more RAM and a better processor in your computer. A quad core is great if you can get an i7 as well. That's an added bonus. And then in terms of RAM, you don't need loads of RAM, but every little helps. I'd say 8GB of RAM will get you running at optimal kind of levels. I actually have 32GB of RAM in my computer, which may seem like an extortionate amount, but I do digital design at university. My kind of life revolves around rendering out videos and doing 3D scenes and stuff, and so I have to have a kind of PC that allows me to render stuff whilst doing other stuff on the computer at the same time without slowing it down. So that's the reason for all that RAM. But anyway, a few bids coming in there, nothing really of interest. Manchester City beating Chelsea 3-0. Interesting result there. Chelsea, of course, just behind them in the table. What competition was that? And that was in the League Cup as well. Kind of weird to see how many big clubs are still left in the League Cup. Obviously, we got knocked out to Manchester United in the quarterfinals, but obviously that means that Man City, Chelsea and Man U were 3 of the 4 teams in the semi-finals. So I don't know who the 4th team would have been, but either way, that's a pretty crazy amount. And as always, guys, autosave kicking in right there. Autosave, saves. My motto through all these live comms, whenever this saving game thing comes up, is autosave, saves, and it's always served me well. So if you don't know how to turn on autosave, I will show you in just a second. I think I've done this 4 or 5 times across my videos, but I know there's always new people watching, and it is nice just to show them, every little bit of detail. So you go to your FM preferences, saving, and then you can put it on a rolling save however often you want. I have mine on weekly and 5 file rolling. This is just so that if it crashes I can recover it, because my time on this save is probably close to 2 weeks worth of actual in-game play time, and I don't want to lose all that process. So Hadji there going to FC Barcelona for 40 million almost, which is a crazy bid. He was a player who I had been eyeing up. However, looking at his stats, I decided to not really go for him. They wanted a lot of money for him, and it just wasn't something I was willing to put in. I may live to regret that, as he has got great influence and great mental stats. But at the time, he was just a player who I didn't really have the money to buy. But anyway, QPR today, looking at our team selection, I'm going to be mixing things back up here, I think. Play Luke Shaw at left back. Anyone else need a break? I don't want to kind of tire the team too much, so I am willing to kind of make changes. I'm going to play Matty at centre-back and give Gorfier a break on the bench. Silkin is out injured after that last game. I'm not sure how long he's out for. 3 to 5 days with a gashed leg. He'll be fine. Enrique wants a little bit of a break. It's kind of a juggling act at the moment in terms of just making sure players are kind of fit and well. But I feel like we're doing a fairly good job of it at the moment, at least. So I'm going to go with that squad, fairly rotated, but a very strong bench nevertheless. I have Koulibaly here, who came in a few years ago. He's aging a bit. I actually need to sell him whilst I can. I totally forgot I had this guy in the squad. We'll see if we can get 7.5 million for him. He is 31. He is a very talented striker, and I'm sure he'll do well at any club he goes to. He came to us for 15 million, but he really hasn't had the impact I desired. He had a good first season, but with my change of tactics recently to just one up top and then pay Rod always off whoever's above him, it doesn't really make sense for me to have him as an extra striker, especially with me having like the likes of Barbosa on the bench and João Jose. And I guess my fortunateness with injuries has meant that it's not really a big worry either. But at the moment we are looking fairly strong. Good team talk so far. I'm just going to go with I believe you have what it takes, and then the same for the strikers. There we go. Good confident response. Obviously keeping Rico Francis at centre, but defensive mid. I am trying to really nurture up some of my younger players, especially the hot kind of prospects in my reserves. The really young players, where possible, give them first team football against the not so big teams. I was looking at my reserve team the other day, and that's a great save, Pavlenko. But I was looking at my reserve team the other day, and I actually believe they could probably stay up as a team in the Premier League on their own. There's some real quality in there, and Rico Francis is just one of the few players who I really do want to give first team football to, and really give a run out in the first team to help him develop in the future. Looking at the stats at the moment, we are dominating. QPR with the best chance of the game, but it has been their only chance, and at half time it is 0-0. I'm going to tell them keep going and you can still win this one. I'm going to tell the midfield they've not been bad, but I believe they've got what it takes. Kind of the whole final third underperforming at the moment. I may bring on Alfredo Senior in the 60th minute if we still don't create a chance, because we really do need to get these kind of games where we are dominating, and we do need to kind of be clinical and be the team who go away with 3 points at the end of the day. So, 60 minutes in, nothing really happening in the way of chances, so I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to bring on Alfredo Senior up top. I'm actually going to mix this up a little bit and go a little bit more attacking, which may come as a bit of a surprise to people. However, we need to go for the win in these kind of games where perhaps we're not doing the best job of seeing out the result. So I'm just really mixing up the squad. Quite a lot of changes to be making so early on in the game. However, I'm hoping it's going to come big for us. 60 minutes in, all 3 subs used. Hopefully we don't get any injuries, but there's a few players here who I'm really looking to make a difference for us, and win us the game. And no one's reacting to anything passionate I ever say. No one ever reacts, I swear, on subs that I make. But nevertheless, hoping that these players are going to make an impact for us. 3 new, fresh attacking legs coming on. Really underwhelming performance by our players in the final third. So hopefully these guys can make a difference for us. If it gets to 70 minutes and we're still struggling, I'm probably going to switch to overload and maybe add a few shouts to the tactics. Just because we need to win these kind of games and we need to do well. I'm going to do get ball forward, and then I'm going to go for work ball into the box. Get ball forward, get the ball up, be more direct. Work ball into the box ensures that we're not just going to have tons of long shots, as players in FM seem to have a really weird habit of kind of just being obsessed with them. But I don't feel like we're in danger of losing this game. I may well have just cursed it horrifically, but I do believe that our defence should be more than up to the kind of threats that QPR pose against us. And I'm now really worried that I've jinxed this. I'm worried. Okay, we're good. It's a corner. Okay, I jinxed that so badly then. But I mean, QPR are getting a little bit more into the game since the removal of the anchorman. But at the end of the day, I do like to experiment with my tactics. I've taken a little bit of a risk here, but I'm hoping it is going to come good for us. And hopefully we can defend this corner. We can indeed. You can see we're dominating the game. We're absolutely outplaying them. We just can't seem to get that one goal that we need to really make a difference. And Pavlenko with a good little save there. I think the game's going to end 0-0, and it's going to be another one of these draws which I live to regret and that have become all too common, I guess, in this save. It's getting a little bit annoying just how many games we are drawing. And these kind of games where we totally could dominate, we just don't seem to really be able to craft out enough key opportunities in a game. And indeed, it is 0-0. You can see here, we had 3 times the amount of shots on goal that they had. I didn't mean to do that shout. We'll just go with it. Everyone's mad at me. Let's just leave the game. We've got Woking in the FA Cup next, which is a great opportunity for me to play some of the kind of more reserved players in the squad. So I am going to be rotating the team pretty extensively for this game. I'm going to promote all of these guys and then try and get as many of them in the starting 11 as I can. Good little tip, if you're promoting a load of youth players, say for example like I have here, if you go to Ask Assistant and have your first team squad picked and then asked to pick a completely rotated squad, it usually can speed up the whole process of rotating an entire side significantly. So I'm just going to be playing my best youth prospects here. I mean, you can see the sheer quality that I have in the youth team just off kind of the ratings here and who's playing and just how strong this squad is. Obviously a lot of 2-star players, but looking at their potential abilities, they've got a long kind of road to get where I want them to be, but they are certainly on that road and well on the way to becoming some of the top players in England. For this game, I'm going to mix up the tactics. I'm actually going to remove the anchorman and play with the extra forward like I did before. And we'll see how we get on with this kind of extra striker in the tactics. And the reason for this is that I want to give Carl Klaus a run out. He is a 16-year-old international for England, hoping that he's really going to make an impact for the squad going forward. But it should be interesting to see how this team performs. You can see it is pretty much a completely rotated squad. I don't think there's any first-team players here, really. I'm even going to take off Glenn Stewart in exchange for Doyle, because I want Gordon Doyle to play this game. But it really gives you an idea of our strength in depth. I'm able to rotate the squad so extensively, and hopefully we'll get the result against Woking. But it's a good opportunity for these players to show their worth. I am looking for some key performances, and if someone performs particularly well, you can be sure that I will consider giving them a run out, particularly in games in the league where we should really be winning. So I'm not sure what league Woking it in. I should probably check this. Got a few transfer bids as well to deal with. Fixtures, where are Woking? Where are you, Woking? You are in the Blue Square Bet South. So yeah, you'd really expect me and my players to be able to go out and do a performance here. A few bids to look at. Monty has been offered on loan. I don't want to loan Monty out just because I don't want him rotting on the bench for another Premier League side. I'd much rather just have him in the reserves playing alongside potential future teammates. Plenty of bids coming in for Cullen Barley. I'm actually going to accept the Juve bid. I'm going to accept the Juve bid, And I think that's going to be it. I'll accept the buy-in bid as well, but I'm not going to sell him to a rival in our league. Just because I don't want that risk. I always seem to get players bite me back if I sell them. I sell them to a team in our league and then they always end up scoring against me, just like Shane Barney. Cullen Barley is unhappy that I wouldn't let him talk to Reading. You whiny bitch. There's better bids from elsewhere. That's fair enough. Why would you even be mardy about not being able to? You want to stay now? No, you're not staying. Too late, you've gone. That does not even make sense. You asked to be transfer listed. I accept a bid from Bayern Munich and you whine that you won't get sold to Reading. I don't know. And then you don't want to be transfer listed anymore. I don't get it. That is FM logic right there. Nevertheless, the Woking game is coming up. Obviously, we've got our kind of rotated squad. Fans are confident of a big win. I'm confident of a big win. A few more teams making new bids for Colin Barley. No, Reading. No, go away. And you, Wolverhampton. No, you're not. You're not going in for him. I'm sorry. I'm not selling him to a rival. I don't get FM logic sometimes. But no, I mean, this has been a good little start to the month. Obviously, maintaining our unbeaten streak. I've rattled on about it this year especially. I want domestic cup glory. I expect us to go to the likes of Woking and win this game very comfortably, even with our reserve team out. We have a very talented reserve team, and I'm very optimistic that this is the kind of game where they can show just how hot of a prospect some of these guys are and really give me performances that make me go, maybe I should give him a run out in the first team. So we will see how we get on today. If we play our game, we'll win. You're capable of that. The last game I played with this kind of rotated squad was against Coventry, which we won 1-0. They are in League 1 or the Championship, I believe. So against non-league opposition, you'd really expect us to exert some real dominance over Woking. That said, Diego getting booked after 22 seconds. The Brazilian showing his sheer disciplinary strength there in order to not get booked so soon. That was sarcasm. That didn't even sound sarcastic. I'm crazy. Can we get the ball in here? Klaus. Monty win it. Whenever I see Monty, I think of this cricketer called Monty Panesar, who used to spin bowl for England. If you don't know who he is, you're not missing out, and you're probably thinking, cricket, how British is this lad? But Monty Panesar, I love him. I'd have his babies. No, I wouldn't. That's a lie. I'm sorry, Monty. But either way, Monty on our team reminds me of him a little. But nevertheless, good chance here. Boyle, effort, hits the post. Cleared away, but good intent so far from us. 5 minutes in, we really are dominating the game. I didn't mean to do a sub. I meant to hit retain possession and work ball in the box. I want to see this team dominate. I'm not too worried about grabbing loads of goals, but I want to see how good we can hold the ball, which is our kind of traditional play style in the first team. So should be interesting to see how we get on here. Looking at it, Woking yet to have a shot on goal, which is good to see. Good to see a good team performance coming out from us. And we should be the happier of the two squads, but it's all square. I want a goal. You're playing well, keep it up and the result will come. Kind of agree with that. The ratings haven't been great from our players in general, but I do feel like, give it a while and we will score. I'm actually going to switch to overload and balanced. Hopefully a few more players will join in the attack now, and just our sheer quality in the final third should be enough for us to win the game, you'd hope. So chance here, Boyle to Klaus, two Englishmen linking up Monslavo. The Argentine under-21 international with the effort. Keeper parries it, and that is a penalty. Boyle winning it for us. I'm not sure who's going to be taking it. Is it going to be Carl Klaus? I think it might be. I'm not sure who's going to take it. I don't think I've actually delegated for one of these youth players to even be in the potential. Monslavo here buries it. Good little goal by him. Gives us a well-deserved lead. 54 minutes in, the tactical change, switching to overload, applying a little bit more pressure, getting a few more men up in the attack, really coming good for us there. And good to see at the moment that's kind of worked well in our favour. Monsalvo is one of, I think, 3 players in our team in the Argentine under-21 setup, and I think he's made in the region of 50 under-21 caps at the age of 19, which is absolutely crazy, it has to be said. Another chance here, Virilio getting in the ball Diego misses it, but the ball is not completely cleared. I really hope that we can grab a few more goals here and maybe go 3 or 4-0 up. Use the momentum here. These players are young. One goal gives them all the confidence they need, and hopefully we can just push on here and get a few more goals. Tester threads it to Clowes. Clowes, Boyle, good finish, my son. Good work. The two Englishmen, Clowes and Boyles, linking up. I'm actually very optimistic that those two will break into the England setup in the future, and maybe we'll see more of that kind of partnership in our save, linking up in the future. Tidy little finish there by Boyle, who came in last season, I believe, from Bolton, I want to say. It might have been Blackburn. It was a championship club. I think it was one of those two. But good to see him playing okay. Few players underperforming, it has to be said. I am going to do a few subs. I'm going to bring on Barbosa. I'm also going to bring on Oranjic, just because I don't want to see Diego get sent off in the last 5 minutes. And, I mean, why not make a few changes here and there? Not the most convincing win, it has to be said, but it does look like it is going to finish 2-0, which at the end of the day, the win is a win. We do go on into the next round of the FA Cup. I'm sure Woking are a strong side. For a side such as Woking to qualify for the third round of the FA Cup is a huge achievement for them, and there was probably a little bit of pressure on us to go out and get a result against them, considering the fact that they are overperforming so much in the FA Cup. So we have done our job here. Boyle getting man of the match, it would seem. Just a quick look at Ellis Boyle here. You can see him. Did he come from Blackburn? Yeah, he did come from Blackburn. I was right, but this guy's a very hot player. Big future at the club. 17th birthday's coming up. I don't think it'll be long before he breaks into the England under-21 setup. Just look at the England under-21 setup. You can see here, got one player there. Oh wait, no, that's the England first squad. We've got one player there, that's Luke Shaw. A few players, Carl Clowes and Scott Everington in the under-21s. In the under-20s, I don't think we have anyone. And in the under-19s here, we have two more players in McGivern and Boyle. Both players who have got very good futures. So that was a good performance there. We probably should beat them by a few more, but a win is a win. We've got Tottenham coming up. It's given me a chance to really rest the first team players. And it'll be interesting to see who we get in the next round of the FA Cup, as that's kind of something I do want to focus on this year. I'm just seeing if there's any shock performances. Man U went out to Reading. That's a good sign for us because they are our bogey team. Arsenal scraped through against Luton. Man City scraping through. Where are Chelsea? They're another one of our kind of main rivals. They won 2-0 against Crewe. So good to see Man U get knocked out in a somewhat cynical manner, you might say. But all in all, good performance by us. I'm now going to be putting all these players back into the reserves really quick, and then I'm going to ask to pick a totally rotated squad. And for some reason, let me clear it, and then ask to pick. There we go, sorted. I think this will pretty much be our normal starting 11 with maybe a few exceptions. Oh, I know why it's different, because we have. I just need to sort this out. One sec, lads. One sec, I forgot I changed the formation and stuff. So, that's the team at the moment. I'm going to bring on Payrod for Rodriguez because I think he's better than him. Matty's playing ahead of Alfredo Jr. Don't really agree with that. But at the same time, Rico Francis has had a good few games for us. So I might even give him a run out against Tottenham. It's going to be good for his development, that game. 2 games this season, 7.1 average rating. So yeah, I think we'll stick with him. So Charlton eliminated Tottenham as well. I didn't even notice that. So that's another big team out of the tournament. So that's going to be interesting. Tite sets his sights on retirement. Oh, that's a shame. Tite's been a really good kind of player, a really good kind of staff member for us over the 4 years. He came to us after Brazil won the World Cup and he decided to resign. He's been a good under-21s player. Can I ask him to stay? Oh, I can't ask him to reconsider retirement. Well, that's a shame, but he's a really quality staff member for us. It's a bit of a shame to see him go. I've almost got a tear in my eye because he has been there helping develop the reserve team and under-21s for a number of years. He's also been one of the reasons I've been able to bring so many Brazilians to the club, because he is one of the biggest kind of staff members from Brazil on my save in terms of his reputation, and so people want to play under him from Brazil. But he will be leaving at the end of the year. I'm going to have to look for some replacement staff, I think, going forward. I think next summer I will do a big staff clear out. I know that I've said for a while, I'll do a staff guide video to, making the most of your staff members in training. I still do intend to do that. I may even do that next summer with me doing my kind of shake-up and do it on this save. So, guys, let me know if you'd like to see that as an FM tips thing, maybe just talking about what to look for in each staff member, and maybe even a separate video talking about sorting out training and who's doing what and what the best ways to go about doing things is. So anyway, looking at this, not too much happening. No more bids coming in for our players, which in some ways is a good sign, just because I'm a little bit worried about losing some of our top players to other Premier League sides who come in poaching for them. But it's looking good. Obviously, Tottenham's going to be the toughest game, I think, of this kind of month set of fixtures, with QPR a close second. Obviously, we've played QPR and we got a draw, so it should be interesting to see how we play against Tottenham. And wow, Wolves still want Koulibaly. No, you can't have him. I know they offered slightly more than what I've sold him to other teams and accepted bids from. But Koulibaly, he has, he does have a decent kind of finishing stat and a decent kind of credentials in front of goals. And I don't want to risk even giving him to one of my rivals, even if it was the likes of Wolves or Reading. So, is that another transfer bid? It's Monty again. Monty's not available for loan. I need to change his transfer status. Set status. He's not even listed for loan, is he? No, he's not. He's not available for loan. Let's set it as that. Stop annoying me, West Ham and West Brom. They're just desperate to get their hands on my best youth players and try and sign them off me. It's terrible. I'm not going to let them have it. So far this month, good little set of results. I think there's 4 games left to cover this episode. Obviously, this Tottenham one's going to be a tricky one, but we have drawn against them already this season, so I'm hopeful against them. They've got some very good players, Tottenham. I think we finished above them in the league last year, and obviously they've just been knocked out of the FA Cup by Charlton. So I am very kind of optimistic about the fact we can make something of a potential cup run and also potentially win this game and really crack on this season. Following this game, as you can see, we've got Newcastle shortly afterwards. They are bottom of the league, I do believe. Yes, they are, with Blackburn just ahead of them. So I'm hopeful of something there. How much is Mace worth now? This guy I've been looking at for a while. He's an England international at the age of 21. West Brom are looking like they might go down. How much are they asking for? They want 19 million. There's no way I can afford that. There's no way I'd even consider paying that anyway for him. So yeah, today's game, going to be tough. Going to be tricky. Going to be against a very strong, it has to be said, Tottenham side. They've got some very good players on the save. The likes of Eric Torres still playing for them as well, which is kind of cool to see players. I think he's been in England for so long now, Eric Torres, yeah, as you can see here. This guy, top player, really recommend him. I'm not sure if he's in the latest FM patch. I believe there was a bug where a few players went missing. I don't know if he was one of those players. But looking at him here, you can see he's had a really good, successful career in England. And really developed well, and he's going to be one of the players that we certainly have to look out for, along with Carlos Lyons. He's a very good English player as well. So anyway, let's crack straight on into this game. Full strength squad pretty much, with a few exceptions, giving Rico Francis obviously another chance in the first team. Looking at their squad, they're fairly unhappy. Not sure why that's the case, but hopefully we can pile on the misery here. I'm going to ask the players to impress me. I'm going to tell everyone to make the difference. Not many people reacting too well, which isn't great, but at the end of the day, I don't know. A reaction's better than no reaction, I suppose, and no reaction's better than a worse reaction. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Anyway, let's get straight into today's game. Tottenham, looking at it, already a good start for us. They've already had the first shot on target, though. We're not really taking our chances yet to have a shot on target after having 8 on goal, so I am going to switch up the shouts and then going to tell them to work the ball into the box and retain possession. Hopefully we can get a handle on the ball, really limit Tottenham's chances and then take any that come our way with those 2 shouts. Work the ball in the box really helps to try and get some shots on target usually and help your players work well. But looking at it already, really poor performance so far. Alfredo Senior with a 6.1 average rating, that's really, not good. I was happy with the performance, but apparently the players aren't, so we'll let them have their bitch fit. That is not good, though. Damn, that's annoying. I am actually going to make a change right here, right now. I'm going to take off Alfredo Senior. and bring on João Jose, and let's see if he can make a difference for us. The striker has been very good in terms of coming on off the bench this season, and I'm looking for him to make a difference here. I think he grabbed a goal last game in the league against Reading as well, and they've got a chance here. Verratti, literally Route 1 football there. Tottenham grabbed the first goal of the game with their second shot on target. Story of our season again, 12 shots, none on target. This is, oh dear, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, but then I've been saying that for a very long time on this save. This has happened so many times. I have all the chances and then somehow end up going a goal behind. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. I don't know what to do here. I don't know if we've got a chance here in the background. Ball goes in. I think it's just playing on its own. Oh, I don't know. We'll just go with it. I'm actually going to make a change here. I'm going to take off Rico Francis and bring on Barbosa as a second forward, just to try and, I guess, craft out an extra opportunity. In fact, I can't really push Payrod further up. I'm going to switch Payrod to advanced playmaker. Then I'm going to switch Enrique to a ball-winning midfielder set to defend. We'll go with that. See if we can make a difference there, sacrificing a little bit more of our defensive cover in order to get an extra man up in the final third and hopefully craft out a few more opportunities. 30 minutes to really make a difference here. Still yet to have a shot on target, and finally we do have one, which I suppose is a very small positive that I can take here. Chance right here for them. Good win there. Can we craft out an opportunity, or is this going to be another one of these games? Chance maybe. Go on, Payrod. Use your pace. This is the kind of game where Payrod really has to make the difference for us. Insane run by him. What is he doing? Bury that! Oh my god, you monster! What a beast! Well, guys, there is Payrod, the 18-year-old wonder kid. If Messi and Ronaldo had a baby, I think his name would be Jean-Christophe Payrod. That is an insane goal. What a finish. Bottom left corner, takes it past 5 or 6 players. That was Maradona-esque by the lad. And now we have 10 minutes to potentially go on and grab a winner. Although, after that goal, I'd be happy with the draw. We have a chance here. Payrod whips in the ball. Not fully cleared. Can we make something of it, or are they going to hit us on the counter? Please don't hit us on the counter. Please don't hit us on the counter. I'm now praying here. I'm just slowly resorting to prayer. They've got a chance here. Carlos Lyons, their top creative player, works the ball. We've got a chance here. Get it up. Payrod's there again. Get it to him. Get it to Payrod. Just pass it to him. Right, go on, my son. Go on. Nazarov. You monster, Nazarov. What are you doing? He's gone out for a throw-in. Oh, near enough. Poor play. I think that's going to be the game, though. Which... Oh, go on. Oh, my God, it's offside. Fuck's sake. I apologise, RIP headphone users. I can't believe that's been given offside. The last touch of the game. An offside goal. Calm, you are unlucky tonight. Oh, I can't believe that. How are we drawing these games and getting a goal disallowed in the last minute? The game just trolled me so hard. Oh dear, we're unbeaten again. We're still unbeaten. I'm looking at the positives here. Payrod, insane performance last game. Let's talk to the player. Let's make sure that we groom him. Someone's probably like, Jack, you're grooming an 18-year-old. Yes, I am. Basically, what I'm really saying is... he played well that game. With players, say you've got a player who's playing really well, who's young, and you're worried he might leave you, praise him whenever he has a good game. It's what I've done with Payrod, and as you'll see here, I'm one of his preferred personnel, which means he won't want to leave the club. He's happy with how the last chat went. With your young players when they're coming up, like, have talks to them when they play well, praise them when they play well, because you'll slowly become one of their favourite personnel, because at a young age they are more subjective, and you're able to kind of boost your kind of relationship with them quicker. So yeah, pro tip of the day, but boost your relationship with young kids in order for them to stay with you longer. That sounds so wrong in so many ways, but it is a pro tip of the day. Hopefully we can turn our fortunes around against Newcastle. I can't believe that's another draw. I can't believe we've still not lost in the league. I mean, we could be the first team ever to go unbeaten a season and not win the league, which would be an absolutely mental thing. Reading, go away. He's not for sale to you, Reading. Go home, you're drunk, Reading. Leave me alone. So yeah, away to Newcastle. They are bottom of the league. You'd expect us to go out there and get a result against them. I'm expecting us to go out there and get a result against them, if I'm honest. Hopefully we can do some good work against them. It's going to be tricky, I think, but fingers crossed we can make things work in our favour. Halfway through the month in terms of games, I do believe. Been a good little month so far. Just got to keep the momentum going. Stay unbeaten. Got Reading here today. Go away. Wolves and Reading are desperate for Colin Barley. I think that's how you say his name. It's how I've been saying it for ages. We'll just go with it. Squad looking a little bit tired. I'm going to switch to a slightly more kind of regular starting 11. I'm going to put Rico Francis on the bench here. He's played really well in his last few games, averaged an average rating of 7 across them, which is good to see. But it's time to kind of play our strongest team and hopefully go out and get a kind of good result here against what should be a strong Newcastle side. I am actually going to change something here just against this. I want to try out switching our style to balanced. One of my concerns is that the reason for us not creating that many chances is because players don't have permission to get forward enough. And by switching to balanced, it means that we're not kind of limited in our shape. And hopefully players will move around and kind of create opportunities here and move around. And as I say that, Newcastle score after 17 minutes. Courtois, the former FC United and Manchester legend, grabbing the assist for them there off the corner. That's disappointing to see. And now we have a mountain to climb. It's going to be a test of our kind of, I guess, our personality as a squad and how well our team can play to get back in this game. Certainly not the script that I was looking for, and certainly not the result I was looking for. That going 1-0 down after such a short period of time. But hopefully we can turn it around. We do have a chance here. Payrard, the beast. Can he do something? Luis Enrique, good little play here. Alfredo Senior with the turn. Keeper saves it. Good to see us craft out an opportunity, but again, poor finish there by Alfredo Senior. He really isn't the most consistent player in the final third. Whilst statistically Alfredo Senior is a great player, there's just some games where he turns up and he just doesn't seem to be able to score. I'm going to tell the guys their performance has not been good enough. Show me something else in the second half. We are going to mix things up. I'm going to switch to overload, but switch to very rigid. And then for touchline instructions, retain possession and play through defence. Let's see if that works for us. Trying to craft a few more opportunities. Hopefully work the space. Hopefully, really put some pressure on them in the second half in terms of pushing our attacking players forward. And, just applying the pressure, really. Got a chance here, potentially. Luis Enrique inside to Matty. Matty, do something with it. Oh, given away again. Really frustrating to see this because we are superiorly kind of the better squad on paper. That is not even a word. Superior. I don't even know what the word was I just used. We're better than them on paper. We need to do something here with a chance. There we go. Payrard, bury that, my son. Keeper saves again. Rebound, Shaw saved again, and that will be a free kick to them. We are piling on the pressure, but yet we don't seem to be able to do anything with it. If we get to 65 minutes, I'm going to make another change. To the tactics. I'm going to remove Matty as an anchor man and stick up an extra forward. I'm going to do what we did last game. Charles Jose going to come on for us, I think. I'm going to switch Alfredo Senior to a poacher. Charles Jose to a target man. Payrard going to become the advanced playmaker. Luis Enrique, I'm going to switch to a ball-winning midfielder. And Pereira, we will switch to a box-to-box. And we will see how that goes for us. Hopefully we can craft out a few more chances now with the extra striker on. I really want to go for the win this game, and it's going to be important that we do that. Someone's now giggling to themselves about the fact I just said do, but we will roll with it anyway. Alfredo Senior gets tackled there. Come on, lads, let's apply some pressure here. You can see we've got far more men pushing them right back, and I'm a bit concerned about their counter-attack, but at the same time, we've got to chase a result here, and we are going to have to, throw men forward, and we are going to have to take a risk, and I'm hoping and praying, really, that it's going to work out for us. It's been another good solid defensive display despite the fact we have conceded a goal. Newcastle just with that one chance from the corner which did go in for them, and now we have to do something to stop it, and Courtois, the former FC United and Manchester legend, tears us open and grabs a goal for us. Wow, tactical changes again I think are going to have to be made. Just going to throw on another striker. It's all I can really do here. Throw on another forward. Hope that we can really do something with it, and we will see what we can do here. I don't know. We've got 20 minutes to really turn our fortunes around and really grab a goal. It's going to be a case of changing up the tactics, I think. I'm going to go for narrow, tempo's quicker, focus passing through middle, passing style. I'm going to go for more direct. Creative freedom, more discipline. We have to craft out an opportunity here. We're going to have to commit men to the attack and hope that it works out for us. Yeah, bummer, but we will see what we can do here. Obviously, this could be a very abrupt end to our unbeaten run, but we'll see what we can do here. Also going to remove retain possession and play through defence and go for pass into space and run at defence. Let's see if we can do that. You know, we've got the pacey forwards to run at defences. Let's see if our team can do something like that and really, I guess, apply some pressure. We have 10 minutes to turn around our game, or else we could be on the back of our third defeat of the season. Newcastle, 3 shots again. I mean, look at the stats, but it's just been another one of these unlucky games where I don't know what's gone wrong for us. Hopefully we can craft an opportunity here, maybe grab a goal that would see us get back into this game. Looking at it, Newcastle looking a little bit short at the back in terms of players, so hopefully we can exploit the pace. Payrod there, grabs a goal, maybe the comeback's on. Grabbing the ball there and it's floating ahead of him. What is this voodoo magic? I don't know, there's a weird bug with the 2D pitch here where when the player goes to pick the ball out of the net, sometimes they kind of just have the ball floating ahead of them. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but good goal there, but we do need another. We need another to keep this run going. Hopefully the squad can really turn clinical here and we can really show our worth. Chance here, Barbosa, Alfredo Senior running at the defence. There's options ahead of him. Bury that Payrod. Payrod scores again. He gets us back into the game. Can we go and grab a third and make this comeback complete? It would be insane if we could. Newcastle United are bottom of the league. I anticipate us to win this, and this is the kind of performance that we need now. These last 10 minutes, we have to pile on the pressure. We have to, you know, stick with this attacking philosophy that we're going for and maybe try and grab a late goal. On the face of it, I'd probably be content with this draw because we have come back from behind, but we do have one last chance here. Ball cleared away. That will be the game. 2-2. Disappointing not to win in the grand scheme of things considering the stats, but to come back and preserve, I guess, our record. It's disappointing, you know. It's not great, but at the same time, we are still unbeaten, and we're still. I'm kind of clinging on to this unbeaten run, but at the same time, it is frustrating that I can't get these wins. I don't know if anyone else feels my pain. You probably feel the stress that I'm under here because every time we're on top of teams, we play better than teams and we just simply don't do enough. Koulibaly's going to be going to Juve now for 7.5 million. Good transfer for us. I mean, he did come in for 14 million, but at the same time, to get a little bit of his money back, he is 31 now, so he's well past his peak. It's good to see us just get that little bit of money back for him. And also, with him being a poacher, a player who relies on his pace to get through, you know, has good finishing stats, but, you know, he has to have that pace and acceleration. With him turning old, his physical stats are going to start to decline in the future. And so I anticipate that he simply won't be the player he was when I signed him anyway in the future. And so I feel like I did well to get that money for him. Anyway, we have got Villa in our next game, who are currently 17th, so another team struggling in the league, but at the same time you'd anticipate us to beat them. Looking at the league, if we win our game in hand, it would see us go up to 7th behind Wolves, ironically, but we'd still be within kind of touching distance of the teams ahead of us, and there might still be an outside chance for us to get Champions League. Realistically, I am really kind of concentrating and really focusing on attempting to get Europa football whatever way I can. That is kind of the key thing for me, I think, going forward this year. So, things are looking good at the moment. I need more wins. That is the only problem I have at the moment. The tactics are seeing us stay unbeaten. I'm almost tempted to throw an extra man up front. Manchester United have offered 36 million for Payrod. No. Payrod's not for sale. Issue a hands-off warning. He's not for sale to someone in my league, but he's not for sale in general. I mean, I think he's got 5 years left on his deal, I think, or 4 years now. But I'm not willing to sell him. Looking at the team of the week, Payrod did get in there. You'd expect that with him grabbing those 2 late goals for us. But I need to keep hold of him. I need to keep hold of him. I know Manchester United are probably going to come in with another bid here. But he's not for sale, and I'm worried that he might get a little bit unsettled and teams might keep going for bids. They've bid again. 43 million. No, go away, Manchester United. He's not for sale. Information. He's still superb. morale. He's happy at the club. He's not for sale, Manchester United. Go away, please. Just piss off. So, Villa in our next game. I almost thought, well, I would have thought going into this game, you know, it's a given win. After that result against Newcastle, I'm a little bit concerned. You know, we do need to win, but at the same time, I would like to preserve the unbeaten run if I can. But it's going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky, so I'm hopeful that we can do something. I might just check the team's unbeaten run in the league because I'm kind of curious to see kind of where we lie in terms of our unbeaten run. I think I can check that under the team stats in the league. I'll check that, I guess, as we go into this game. Team stats, games won in... Oh, they have games won in a row. Do they have games without losing? Games without losing. 28 games without losing across the last 2 seasons. That's a crazy record. But as you can see, 14 draws and only 6 wins. That's just simply not good enough for us. So yeah, today's game is against Villa. I think this is the last game that we have in hand, you know, with all the fixture congestion and stuff. You'd anticipate us to win this game as we do have a good record against Villa. I am going to change up the tactics for this game. I'm going to switch to something that I used, you know, last game, just see if it works in our favour. And I'm just going to basically try an extra forward on. Change Alfredo to a poacher, change João Jose to a target man, and then change Peyrod to an advanced playmaker. It seemed to work well last time that I made these changes at half time. It seemed to get us back into a game, so I'm hoping that going forward it's maybe something that we can do well with. You may notice a few familiar names here. Leonardo Moyano, former FC United of Manchester player, now applying his trade at Villa. Going to be interesting to see how he performs against us. However, I'm hoping that our team can do well. Calm. If we play our game, we'll win. You're very capable of that. Let's see how we get on here. We are a better team than Villa on paper, and I expect us to win. But at the same time, given our recent form, I can't be too overconfident. You know, I expect us to do well, and I mean, looking at the stats already, it does look like we are on top in terms of creating chances. I'm kind of hoping that the new kind of tactic, you know, having that extra forward should allow us to craft out a few more opportunities. I'm hoping that we won't miss the anchor man too much, however, we'll find out. And as I said, that Peyrod grabs his 4th goal in 3 games. The man is a monster for us. That is his... I don't know how many goals he's scored this season now, but he really has been kind of a leading light for our side. And from the position that he's playing, which is centre attacking mid, it's crazy to see how many goals he has scored for us. That was a cool, calm and collected finish there on his natural left foot. So good to see that. Hopefully we can continue to perform here and continue to apply the pressure without kind of giving them opportunities. Pavlenko there making a fine save. Moyano with the effort, all too aware of what he can do. He's a superb player. I do regret releasing him, but at the same time, I don't feel like we're missing him as much, and they've missed a sitter there as well from the corner, but we do preserve our 1-0 lead. We are on top in terms of the chances, however, they have a fair bit of the ball, so I am going to tell the players to try and hold on to the ball a little bit more. Nazarov collecting well there, stretching the Villa players wide with the switch there. Peyrod with another solo effort. Surely not. He threads in Alfredo Senior, who can only just squeeze in a shot. Did get saved, but that would have been an absolutely ridiculous assist there. First clear cut chance of the game comes our way. Can we make anything from the corner? Alfredo Jr. heads it just over. Unlucky though. Good to see us get this lead early on. Trying to get a bit more of the ball now though, holding on to possession, but it doesn't look like it's working for us as Villa do control the ball a bit more. That said, we have just edged back into the play a little bit more, and João Jose bury that. Another miss. Another miss. That's 2 clear-cut chances we've missed there, and only 2 shots on target and 8 off. That is not looking too great for us. 1-0 at the break, though. Good to see us winning, but I'm going to tell the players they've played well so far, but there's room for improvement. I'm going to tell the midfield there's a lot to come from you. I believe you have what it takes. I'm going to do the exact same for the strikers. Hopefully it motivates a few of them. And the exact same for the defence. There we go. Some good reactions considering the somewhat average team talk to start off. But hopefully, and I'm praying here, we can hold on to this game. We need a win. We do. We've drawn far too many. And we need a win in the league. And Peyrod with another effort there. Keeper saves it. We're applying pressure, I suppose. That's what I can say. We are controlling the ball as well, which is good to see, and dictating the play. But I really am looking for our squad to get another goal, give us that cushion, let me kind of relax a little bit more, because at the moment, with only 1 goal ahead, you still kind of have that fear that perhaps Villa could grab a goal and get back into it. Good little play there. Great goal. Fantastic goal there. I think that was Alfredo Senior with the little pass back across to João Jose first time. Really stretched their centre-backs there, drawed one in. And then, I think this is a little header here. That's a great little header. And then João Jose, cool, calm and collected finish under pressure. Hopefully he can start to bang in a few more, because he has missed a few sitters in the last few games. I am sticking with him though, and I'm hoping this kind of changing system might work in our favour. It certainly appears to be on the face of it. I'm certainly thinking that I'll probably stick with the anchorman against some of the bigger teams, but against teams like Villa, the Newcastles, the teams where I expect to win. Oh dear. Well, I was about to say, look, I don't think we'll need the anchorman against the bigger teams, but we won't need it there. But after that mistake by Pavlenko, I'm now nervy again that they could score. I mean, look at the stats again. We're dominating the game. I don't know if it's just lack of clinicalness by our strikers, but it just feels like we can't seem to get a goal go our way, which is a little bit concerning. Going to make a sub here though. Got a few players looking a little bit tired. I'm going to bring on Agustin Rodriguez for Peyrad, who's had a fantastic game but needs a break. Also going to bring on Checo for Luis Enrique, and I'm going to bring on Barbosa for João Jose, just for the end of the game, last 15 minutes. Hopefully we can see out the result here and defend well. Just 15 minutes to cling on, maybe grab another if we can, but our primary objective has to be to not concede again. Looking at it, Villa are committing a few more guys to the attack, and it looks like we might even score here. We have done. Alfredo Senior with the goal, which is good to see. Peyrad with a fantastic assist. 3-1, good for our goal difference. Good to see us get a win. This is only going to be our 7th win in the league so far this season, which is an absolutely ridiculous statistic. We've only managed 6 wins before this game, but I feel as if the signs are there. This kind of tactical change certainly seems to be working for us, and that was a bit of shoddy defending, it has to be said, by Villa. 3 centre-backs, Alfredo Senior still able to kind of squeeze in a pass and grab the goal there. Oh god, they've nearly scored. Great save there by Pavlenko though, making up for his previous mistake, which is good to see. And now we really just have to cling on for the last few minutes, and it looks like the result is as good as done. 30 seconds left. They're not going to grab 2 in that time. Good performance by the team. We certainly controlled the play well, and we certainly didn't miss the anchorman in terms of limiting the opposition chances. Villa only having 4 shots on goal all game compared to our 25. At the same time, it has to be a little bit concerning that we only managed 8 on target from the 25 shots, but at the same time, just the fact that we got 3 goals is a good sign, and it gives me hope that this new tactic that I'm trying out could work for us in terms of just propelling us up the league and getting us a few more wins on the board. So good performance by the team. Peyrad grabbing man of the match again. I think that's our 29th league game in a row unbeaten, which is another kind of crazy record. Looking at the league table, we move up to 7th, winning that game in hand. Go ahead of Tottenham on goal difference, and we're still within kind of touching distance. The team's ahead of us, which is good to see also. So yeah, I'm going to be mixing up the tactics here. In fact, it's saved for me, which is very nice. I want to try something a little bit more aggressive. I want to try something a little bit more attacking. I'm hoping this is the tactic to do it. Having the extra forward, I believe, will help us out. Obviously, Koulibaly's gone now out to Juventus, and I've got a load of players been removed off my shortlist. So, I mean, good to see. Madison has improved as a footballer. Who are you? Oh, you're in my reserve team, in my youth team. He's actually a product of the youth academy. Not a very good player. He's never going to play for us, unfortunately, which is a shame. Still looking to upgrade our youth facilities, but at the moment, really struggling with finances just to find anything free. Hopefully a good run in Europe, and if we could win maybe the FA Cup would give us a good kind of shout. MK Dons is our next game, which is again a good game that you'd expect us to win. A nice kind draw for us. I'm not going to completely change the squad here. I'm probably going to play a few players off the bench, but I'm not going to play my reserves against them, because MK Dons are a championship side. They've been there for a number of years. They have Kenny Jackett, who's a pretty good manager on this, and so it's not really a free win, so to say. We are going to have to go out, and we're going to have to, I guess, play to our strengths, and hopefully, you get the performance that you'd expect from us away. against what could be a slightly tricky opposition. So, we fancy our chances at the moment. Fans confident of a big win. Hopefully we can just get something from this game. I'd expect us to do so. No transfer bids coming in of yet for our players, which is something good to see. Ramirez joins us in a few days. I'll show you him when he comes. He's a very exciting player. He turns 18 on the 26th, so that's why he's here, because he's from Argentina. He's a very young player and he has to wait, to be able to travel. Pavlenko's made good performance and good, remarkable improvements in training. This guy's a fantastic goalkeeper for us, really performing well. Came in a few years ago for £25 million, but since then he hasn't missed a league game, I don't think, in the last 2 seasons, which is a crazy kind of record to have. And he's been absolutely superb for us and a real rock at the back. He's been making those saves. We've kind of gone through a number of goalkeepers on the saves, the likes of Aku Peltola. Right at the beginning we had, I think it was Brian Gunn, or I can't remember, something Gunn, Augustin Gunn, I can't remember. Then we went to Peltola, then we went to Josimar, who was always a little bit iffy, but I feel as if we've got a real heart at the back now with Pavlenko, the Ukrainian. So yeah, going to mix up the squad. Obviously a lot of the players are slightly tired, so important for me to give them a little bit of a break, so going to be doing that here. Peyrad, I am going to give a rest to. Also going to play Agustin Rodriguez there. Barbosa is going to come on for Alfredo Senior. Our wing-backs are struggling a little bit, so this is a good opportunity for the young ones to come in and give a bit of performance. I'm going to give a chance to Orangic and Prest. Prest here, as you can see, very good player for us. 21 years old. He's developed nicely, however, I don't think he's ever going to be good enough for the first team. But, a player who I signed a few years ago for £1.1 million, currently worth £3.3 million. He's going to be a little bit of money in the bag, no matter what really comes of him. But we have a tie here against MK Dons. Could be a little bit tricky, but I have faith in my team to go out and get a result. I'm going to tell the guys, if you play a game you'll win, you're very capable of that. I'm also going to tell the midfield I believe there's plenty to come from them. And that's a good team talk to start. Obviously we have our young wing-backs playing, Rico Francis playing as well. So we're not exactly at full strength, but I am playing a few kind of younger players there, giving them a little bit of a run out in the first team. Going to be interesting to see how they kind of step up, because although I say MK Dons aren't the strongest team, they are a championship side and they've been there for a number of years, and it's not a straight out victory. We are going to have to perform and not let complacency get the better of us. But so far, good passing play here. Be amazing if we could cap off this move with a goal, and we do. Prest, the young wing back, grabbing the goal there. 2 minutes in, he makes an immediate impact for us. Great goal for him. Good passing play though, we really held on the ball well there, passing it around, working an opportunity, and Prest with a great little run round the back of the defender, and then a cool, calm, collected finish by the young right wing back. Perhaps I shouldn't be selling him. Literally I said, might sell him, but I am now feeling somewhat guilty about even insinuating that thought, because of the fact that he is playing so well for us at the moment. Great goal for him, good for his confidence, and hopefully we can grab another one before half time. Dzeko here. Rodriguez, Francis, Rico Francis, what are you doing, son? That's another one of the youngsters grabbing a goal. Oh my gosh, what has just happened? What has he done? Rico, what are you doing, son? That ball swerved so much. Oh my god. What a goal. Rico Francis, you absolute babe. That guy is going to be a future of English football. I've been saying that when he came to me, he came from Villa. I still have faith that he will be a big player for us. And we have another chance here. Hits the post. Almost 3-0 at half-time. Good to see this more attacking formation seemingly working for us. Good to see it working against weaker opposition as well, where we might have thrown away a result before. Good performance though, passionate. I'm pleased with how you're playing. Keep it going, lads. Let's see if we can continue this performance into the second half. Really good play by the team so far. Simply outplaying MK Dons, it has to be said. The difference in quality between the two sides is all too evident, and it's good to see the likes of Rangic, Prest and Rico Francis really having a good bearing on the game in terms of making their mark here. And playing well. We're playing well as a team. They've actually had a fair few chances compared to what I'd normally expect with me playing the anchorman. I think that's going to be a sacrifice we have to make with this change in tactics. Sacrificing a little bit more defensive cover in return for a lot more of an attacking presence and hopefully a lot more of an impact made by our players. But we are looking good here. Gauthier to Horn. Can we spread the play? We can. That's good play. Well, you know, it's looking good for us, although MK Dons are creating a few chances here. I may make some changes in a second if we get to kind of 60 minutes. Maybe bring on the likes of Peyrard, hopefully get them to just close out the game. Their sheer quality should hopefully be enough for us to kind of see out this rest of the result. Here we have João José, he's through. Bury that. That is 3-0. Great performance by the team. That should be it. Now, I can't see MK Dons getting back into this game. It's what I expected, but it will see us go into the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is absolutely insane to see. And with our bogey team Manchester United out of contention, having been knocked out already, and the same for Tottenham, hopefully we can get a nice draw and it'll help us on this kind of cup run that I really want to go on this year. Presta, Horn, Rodriguez here, Rico Francis, already 1 goal to his name. Cool pass there, but they have got the ball. MK Dons, can we defend? That is the question. Tinkler gets the ball and he's given a penalty. Well, if they were going to score, it was probably going to be a penalty, but at the same time, a little bit disappointing to see us concede it. Maybe Pavlenko can go huge for us. Who knows? Go on, Pavlenko. Oh, okay, they scored. Never mind. Gives me an opportunity to make a few subs. Going to bring on Peyrard. Going to bring on Luis Enrique for Rico Francis, maybe. Yeah, and then I'm going to bring on Matty for Horn, just so he can have a little bit of time to relax. Horn's been a key first-team player for us. I don't want him getting too tired because he needs to be on kind of peak condition for games in order to perform to his kind of maximum potential for us. Things looking good though, it has to be said. 18 minutes left, 3-1 up. It'd be nice if we could grab one more. Not key though, and it looks like that is going to be the game. Good performance by the team, has to be said. Good to see Rico Francis get on the score sheet, and the same for Prest. Rodriguez getting man of the match as well, which has been good to see. He got 2 assists. Rico Francis getting the man of the match award as well, which is absolutely insane. Looking at this lad, he's going to be a player certainly for the future. Great defensive presence about him, but I certainly feel as if he has enough about him that he could be a central midfielder within the future, who can offer something maybe going forward as well as just kind of sat at the back. So it was a good solid win. I'm very happy with the win and that performance. Simply outplayed MK Dons, it has to be said. We have the 5th draw coming up. We have Ramirez joining, and then we have the Sunderland game. A few, you know, there's things happening at the club now. It's looking good for us though. I've got renewed optimism here. Chelsea knocked out as well. That's big for us. Manchester City knock out West Ham. Liverpool taken to a second leg by Swansea. You know, that's another big team out of the tournament. So hopefully we can get a kind draw for us in our favour. But it should be interesting to see how we get on here. Francis impressed, obviously he got man of the match, which is good. Leeds knocking out Chelsea is probably the biggest shock of the draw. That's good. Chelsea's Antonelli leaves Armstrong. This guy is a pretty good little striker. How much? Nah, he doesn't want to come. Sad face. I love being able to poach regens. It's like the best thing ever about Football Manager. You just kind of like, oh, yeah, so I see you've got these new youth players, right, they're mine. Okay, so the draw. We have 8 matches left to be played, so this is the round before the quarterfinals. I don't even know. Let's put it on automatic draw for added pressure. How will we fare here? Give us Derby, that's a good draw. Okay, I don't want Manchester City are out of the draw. That's a good one for us. We can't get Liverpool. I don't want Arsenal either. Just don't give us Arsenal. That's all I ask. I just don't want Arsenal, but I'm going to get Arsenal now. You know it's going to happen. We all know. Okay, thank God. I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I'll take anyone really of who's left. There's a few nice teams there. We're at home, which is good. And we are going to be playing against Blackpool. That's a nice draw. I'll take that. Could have been a lot trickier for us. Blackpool on the save are a good side, but they really have struggled in the Championship of late. Looking at the league, you can see they are currently 16th, so they're not the strongest team in the league. Maybe slightly more of a challenge than MK Dons, but nevertheless, I will certainly take that draw as it offers tricky fixtures to some of my kind of rival clubs. You know, Arsenal, Liverpool, not getting the easiest ties ever. So, I don't know. What now is the question, I suppose. Transfer deadline's coming up. No transfer bids yet for too many of my players, despite teams reported interest in them, which is good to see. However, on the last transfer window, I really did get a lot of bids come in last minute for players on the last day. Ramirez joins us. Here is Ramirez. I couldn't show you his stats before because I didn't have him scouted properly. 18-year-old. Another member of the Argentina, I can't even get my words out, youth setup. Great determination on this guy. Good aerial ability. Going to be training his pace, but I certainly feel as if he's got something to offer in the future in terms of kind of just his raw ability going forward. So, we have Sunderland at home. They are 10th in the league, so they're not too far behind us, but at the same time, if we want to make a push for Europe, we do have to win these kind of games. You know, Sunderland is not the trickiest tie ever, and I anticipate us winning this game in order to really keep our hopes of Europe alive. So, going to be tricky. Gorthia may get rested. Shay Given, my assistant, taking the press interviews for me, suggesting I might rest him. I'm not sure about that. We will have to see how things go. Okay, so match time. Looking at the squad, there's not too much fitness concerns for me, really. I'm just looking at our fixtures coming up. It's pretty packed, it has to be said. You know, there's not many games where we're going to have a bit of a rest. Have got one prior to our FA Cup tie against Blackpool. I'm probably going to rotate the squad a little bit here. Just because, although I'd love to be able to play the likes of Rico Francis against teams like Sunderland, I don't know, actually. I might stick with them. I'm really indecisive here. Really indecisive. I'll tell you what. I might stick with them. I might take a little bit of a gamble and stick a few more youth players on the pitch. I'm going to give Gorthia a rest, actually. I'm going to, just give him a little bit of a time to chillax. I'm also going to bring on... I don't know, Pereira might come on. I don't know. I'm indecisive now. It's terrible. I don't know what to do. I'm going to stick with Augustin Rodriguez in centre attacking mid because he has played well for us. I'm going to take out Charles Jose and bring on Peyrard up front just to see how Jean-Christophe kind of performs there. Should be interesting to see. Looking at our team, hoping that we can offer something going forward. Hopefully we can grab a few goals against them. Hopefully we can just simply outperform Sunderland in the manner you'd kind of anticipate us to do so. So, passionate, reluctant, go out there and relax, the result will come. Then for midfield, who didn't react well, I have faith in you. There we go. Good reactions all round. Hopefully we can get a result here, as I've said. We are at home to Sunderland, so you'd certainly expect us to. However, I've expected a lot from this team on this save, and it never really seems to have worked out. So, who knows? Obviously with the fixture congestion which I showed earlier and not really having many games without a break, it's going to be important that I kind of do allow players to just have a few games off and allow the squad to be rotated properly. Pressed there almost with this, Rangic nods it back in. Good pressure by the team. Rico Francis winning the ball. Luis Enrique shoots, saved by Morecambe. Great effort by us. Good chance created and looking good for us. It has to be said, that's a really good chance to create 10 minutes in. Hopefully we can continue this pressure. Sunderland getting a little bit more of the ball than us, so I'm going to switch to retain possession. Hopefully we can just kind of work the ball, keep hold of it, and then really find and craft opportunities just with our kind of number of options we have open. That's something that's certainly I'm noticing without the anchorman. We've got the centre attack in mid now, and then the two forwards. He always has more of an option to play to, and Peyrard there grabbing the goal for us. Great goal for Jean-Christophe. Superb play, it has to be said. But no, as I was saying, with the removal of the anchorman, whilst we do lose a little bit of that kind of strength at the back in terms of a little bit of added protection for the back three centre-backs, it's allowed me to have that extra forward, have a little bit more of options going forward, and allows the kind of player whoever sat just behind the front two to have options forward to pass rather than just having one player who's usually marked out of the game. But we are looking good here for our lead, it has to be said. Maybe we can grab a few more. It'd be great if we could grab a few in the league, really bolster our goal difference because drawing so many has hurt it. And Peyrard scores again. I don't know if that was a keeper mistake, and this will make it 29 games unbeaten if we can win this. Ball goes forward. Barbosa with a little flick onto Peyrard, who then just smashes it to the near post. And keeper, I don't really know what the keeper's done there. He's not done anything. I think that was his problem. But 2-0 certainly is a good result for us. Ranjic here whips in the ball. Peyrod nods it down to Barbosa. Rodriguez is there. That makes it 3-0. Great performance. This is what I wanted to see. Clinicalness in front of goal. Good to see Peyrod and Barbosa really linking up, and Rodriguez creatively behind. Obviously, I've been playing Peyrod for a long time just off the front man. Maybe there's a future for him there as a forward alongside Barbosa. Those two really seem to be hitting it off well here, and it's something that I've not tried on this save. So, sometimes in FM you really do just have to experiment, and eventually you'll just find something that just kind of clicks, and maybe this is that thing. So, playing well. I'm hoping that the players can just continue this level of performance. I hope that we can grab a few more. It'd be crazy if we could do, because as I said, it would help our goal difference. It would help raise morale in the club, and we are playing really well of late, it has to be said. Obviously, for a long time struggling to get the wins, but this tactical change really seems to be working well in our favour, and long may it continue. So, taking a sip from my drink there. My throat is getting sore. It's like been an hour of talking to you guys. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love talking to you guys. But my voice seriously gets strained doing so. We have a chance here. Peyrod. Barbosa. Ball gets cleared. Matty with the mistake there. The 20-year-old German. And making a mistake there. Maybe offering Sunderland a lifeline there. I can't even remember. Where did I get lifeland from? I'm going crazy. That's another disadvantage of talking for this long. I mean, I'm crazy anyway, and I struggle to talk. I don't struggle to talk. I can talk for hours about nothing. But I don't know. I don't know where this is going. 1-0, 3-1. Oh my gosh, my brain is just like totally. It's not there. It's gone. There's only one more game after this, thankfully. Or I don't know what I'd be saying if I had to do another month. I think it would end very badly for us. Barbosa threads it through. Tay grabs the ball for them. Maybe we can apply some pressure. Rico Francis dispossessed. We need to defend well here. One more goal and our cushion really would be gone, it would have to be said. But we have got a chance here. Peyrod with a long effort. Morgan does save it for Sunderland, but that is good play by our team and good effort by Peyrod. He's on for his hat-trick, of course, so he's going to be looking for any opportunity that comes his way. But now Sunderland come forward. Can we defend this? Ball comes in. Matty gives it away, and oh dear. Right. What to change? You see, the whole team's performing well. I don't know where it's going wrong. I'm almost contemplating. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Tactical changes. This might seem a bit conservative, but I'm actually going to switch back to an anchorman and remove the attacking midfielder. I'm going to keep our two up top, don't get me wrong, but I feel as if, just having that anchorman should help us defensively see out this game, and maybe it won't. Oh my gosh, Pavlenko, you monster. Great save by him there. Sunderland really applying some pressure now, which is worrying to see. I'm going to look for the team to control the game here, and hopefully we can just get hold of the ball and keep it. And I mean, if the opposition don't have the ball, they can't score, I suppose. So that's what I'm going to be going for here. Bit of an unusual tactical change, because I haven't gone with control that often on this save in general, but never mind with this kind of squad. And Matty hits the crossbar from like 40 yards. You mental man, Matty. I love the name Matty. I don't know why, just spelt like that. The German, I think his name's like Mateus. I can't even remember why he's nicknamed Matty. He just is. That is his name now. But we're looking good here. 3-2 up. Pavlenko up to Peyrod. Nods it onto Barbosa. Bury that. See out the game. There we go. Pressure is off now. 4-2. We're controlling the ball. Since the change of switching to control, Sunderland really struggling to get a grapple on the game. And really, I mean, as I said, if you don't have the ball, you can't score. And that is what we're doing here. Peyrod knocking it on. Barbosa there. Good finish by him. Good to see Barbosa grabbing a few. He's kind of been out of the limelight for us, but after the kind of bids that I've had from the likes of Manchester United of 20 million for him, it really has reconsidered his position at the club. And I'm hoping with, obviously, Cullen Barley being sold to Juventus, it's going to offer an opportunity for Barbosa really to make an impact on the squad in the first team. And with me switching back to this two up top tactic, it's certainly working in our favour. So, good result there, as I said, 4-2, solid win. I'm very happy with the performance and how you played. You've got to consider as well, we did play with a few reserve team players there. Looking at other results in the league, Manchester United lost and so did Tottenham, so that's good in terms of, I guess, closing the gap on those teams slightly ahead of us. We are only 3 points away from the Champions League, 3 points away from the Europa Cup spot as well, which is good to see. And it looks like we're back within touching distance of kind of the teams ahead. Wolves have got a game in hand on us, so if they were to win that, that would see them go above us. But all in all, we are looking very good at the moment, it has to be said. So, we are coming towards the end of this episode. Obviously, the Aston Villa game is the last game left. I'm not even entirely sure how long this episode's gone on for. It's kind of just been, you know, we'll do the month, we'll see how long it ends up being, and I'll upload it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video though, so far. If you've watched until this point, if you could leave a comment just saying, I don't know, just name a country, just write a country's name in the comments. I always do this kind of thing, because I do find it interesting to see who watches for how long kind of thing. So if you've watched until this point, just, you know, France, England, Brazil, just write any country. Who knows, who knows, you're allowed to do whatever you want, of course. You could write Jack sucks for all I care. Freedom of speech, yeah. So, anyway, Villa, last game. It's going to be a tricky one. Away, obviously we did beat them. Did we beat them? I can't really remember. Short-term memory loss. Yeah, we beat them 3-1 before, so hopefully another result in the same manner would be good for us against them. It's going to be a tricky one though. It is. You know, I'm under no illusions that it's not the easiest game to go to Villa Park, no matter where they are in the league, and craft out a result. But I'm hoping with these new tactics, which seem to work so well against them before, we can do something about it and really push on well here. Just going to take a look at the Italy under-21 squad. Have they got anyone here who's worth a punt? Oh, look, they have one of my own players. That's funny. Yeah, they have Gioacchini. That is a great Italian name. I didn't pronounce it very Italianly, but looking at it, we do have a fair few players in the Italian under-21 setup, it has to be said, which is good to see. Testa as well, first choice player for them. 19 years old, you know, there's some great youth prospects in the reserves team really developing. So, Villa time. Let's see what we can do here. Been a good episode all in all, you know. When I came into this episode, I was thinking, you know, the Tottenham game could be a tricky one. The QPR1 game could be a tricky one. What we've done is we've preserved the unbeaten run. We've got draws against the teams which I was concerned we might lose to. There's been a few disappointing results here and there, more kind of specifically, I suppose, the Newcastle game. But we are looking very, very solid at the moment, which is good to see. Kind of going forward, I suppose. So, hopefully we can do well here. Sorry for the lack of transfer movement. I'm guessing a lot of people thought, oh, it's January, Jack's going to be going ham in the transfer market. Hasn't been the case simply because I haven't got the money to do so. One of those things, I suppose. Looking at it though, league-wise and past meetings-wise, I've won 4 of the last 6 meetings, so you'd expect us to really go out here and give a performance. Looking at the squad fitness, a few players struggling a little bit. I'm going to make a few changes, really try and get a full strength squad on here to really dominate this game. And we will see where it leaves us. Bring on Gauthier for Matty. Bring back on Luke Shaw and Nazarov. There we go. I like hiccup burped at the same time. That was probably disgusting for you guys to hear. So pretty much full strength here. Really going to go out and go for the win. Not the easiest game against Villa, but we will get a result. I'm sure. I have faith in you. A team such as ours should be winning this game with no problem at all. There's a lot to come from you. I believe that you have what it takes. Same for you up top. Good reactions all round. Hopefully we can see out this result now and get a good away win. It's important, you know, that we do get our away form up a little bit. And I can't stress enough, and I've said this so many times this episode, it's like a broken record. We have to start winning. And although we've started doing it of late, 4 games in a row one would be kind of absolutely insane for us. And Payrod opens up the scoring there. 1-0 after 15 minutes. Good start to the game. We do have more of the ball than them. We are playing better than Aston Villa are, and our kind of starting 11 here is our strongest it can be, and it certainly showed early on here. I think it was Bob Boza with the assist, drawing in the centre-back, creating a space with his run for Payrod, and that's a great little placed finish by Payrod into the bottom right-hand corner. So, we're looking good here. We've got a chance here. Corner comes in, cleared away. Second bite of the cherry. Rodriguez, get the ball in. Barbosa's there. He buries it. Great goal. 2-0, 24 minutes in. SC United Manchester. It finally feels like the team is performing at the level it should be. I mean, the players that I have, really, I'd consider good enough for a Champions League squad. It's just something not quite there with the tactics, something quite not there with the gelling, a little bit of bad luck, but hopefully our fortunes are turning around here. It really does feel that way. Team is performing superbly, and if we can continue to win and stay unbeaten, there's no reason why we can't really push on for a Champions League spot this year. I really believe firmly that we have the squad ability to do so. Barbosa here, misses a chance there, but good to see us create an opportunity. Enrique winning the ball from one of the Villa defenders quickly there, breaking through, and we were able to get a good chance away. We're looking good. We are looking good. Enrique again, really back-to-back chances? Surely not, game. Surely not. Unless they're going to go and score 2-1. I wouldn't be so optimistic and happy about that. Let's put it that way. I'm looking for us to really, win these kind of games and win them comfortably now. I feel as if the squad's at a level where it should be. The tactics have really started to work for us. Rodriguez feeds in Barbosa. He buries that. That is 3-0. Absolutely insane stuff. In case you can't tell, I'm a very happy bunny right now. It's clicking. It feels like we're finally getting there. Barbosa... I've not been giving him the first team chances, and he's come here, usually been playing João Jose ahead of him and then even Koulibaly, but he's come in and he's performing insanely. He is the club captain with Gorfier as vice, and it's good to see him playing, and he's really given a captain's performance over the last few games. I'm going to tell the players I'm very pleased with how they're doing, keep it up. I'm going to tell them that I believe they've got what it takes and a bit more can be done. Usually players don't react badly to telling them there's a lot to come from them. So it's kind of a safe bet either way, unless they're playing insanely and you're telling them that they can improve, I suppose. But all in all, we're looking good here. We have a chance here. Peyrod, Fred in Barbosa, my son. Barbosa is there. Barbosa gets it stealed away from him. I thought we were about to get a 4. I want 4 now, though. I do want 4. We're dominating this game. We're creating more opportunities. Defending well. Rodriguez is in pain. Going to make a pretty basic change here. Going to bring on João Jose and target man. Peyrod moves to advanced playmaker. Pretty standard change, it has to be said. Hopefully João Jose and Barbosa, the two kind of Brazilians, can link up top. I'm really optimistic that João Jose will be a good Brazilian player alongside Barbosa in the future. Both of them, I believe, have made first team appearances for their country up top together, so they're more than kind of confident playing together, and as I say that, they link up to grab a goal just like that. That is perfect timing. Thank you for illustrating my point very much. Just a quick thing while the highlights going on, you can see here Barbosa 33 caps for Brazil, great player, and then João Jose here, he's also making his caps for Brazil, so really got the Brazil kind of front two, which is good to have, because I mean any additional kind of cohesion between your two up top, it can be good, and it's certainly looking good for us here. So, we're playing well at the moment. Good play by the team, crafting an opportunity. Maybe 5 on the cards. Nazarov, disappointing finish by him there, but I'm not too concerned. And we do win a corner still. Looking like a really solid side, it has to be said. Ball comes in. Nazarov, smash it, my son. Why not? Oh, disappointing. Why not? And then I have a go at him. How mean of me. But no, we're looking good, I've said that so many times, I apologise, it's become a terrible habit. I need to kind of sit down and scribble alternatives for looking good, like we're performing well, and I don't know, it's been an adequate showing. That sounds good, doesn't it? That sounds like I know what I'm on about. People are going to be like, you guys are going to leave having watched this video, you're going to go out and you're just going to be going, things are going well to people, and people are just going to be like staring at you really creepily. I feel like I'm doing one of those, like Soviet Union experiments where they like repeat words and you're my sleeper agents or something. But I'm getting really off topic here. I suppose when do I not get off topic in a video? But either way, we need to see out this game, and they've got another chance here. That makes it 4-2. I'm getting a little bit worried now. Guys, don't throw this away. Whatever you do, do not throw this away. Let's just try and... No, I don't want to record the clip. Go away. What was that, like, diving header by Horn? That was a great assist by my own player, it has to be said. Pereira there, free kick, 5-2. There we go. Why was I even worried? I'm just going to tell the team to retain possession now. Don't let them have an opportunity. Pereira there with a great little goal for us. It has to be said. 5-2 I'd be happy with. 6-2 would be even better, but it's just great to see us grabbing so many goals in the last few games. Even though it's against weaker opposition, it's been something that we struggled with, and I kind of feel like just by having that extra forward, things are starting to work out in our favour. Payrod here. Can we get 6? It'd be amazing if we could. Ball in. Headed away just from Nazarov. I think that's going to be the game, to be honest. We've performed absolutely superbly this game. Great to see the tactics kind of come into their own this episode, and a good solid win really to cap off what's been a very good month. So that performance sees us go into 6th. That is with all the teams around us having played equal games now, including Wolves, who previously had a game in hand. So we really are within touching distance now of kind of European football in general. But it has to be said, we are only 6 points away from the top of the league. So perhaps a very, very outside chance of challenging for the title, if I'm honest. I do feel like that is something that is on the cards for us if we perform well. But that was a great performance by the side. 5-2 it finished. Looking at the league table, as you can see here, finishing 6th place. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. Next episode, I'm going to do a big squad recap where we kind of cover all the starting 11 in loads of detail so you guys can see who's who and what's what. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. Just a massive thank you for your support across 100 episodes. It's crazy, honestly. When I started this series, and I have been on YouTube doing various gaming videos for so long, and when I came across the YouTube community on Football Manager, I really wanted to make a go of it. I'd done various channels in the past and they'd never got anywhere, and when I started this series, I never really thought it was going to get anywhere. I thought, I'm enjoying playing Football Manager at the moment. I'll upload some videos, I'll start a save, and we'll see how we get on. And honestly, it's kind of just it spiraled out of control from there. You guys have been around for such a long time now, some of you. For those of you who are new, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. I still can't believe how crazy the last 6 months have been, and to reach 100 episodes on one series is absolutely crazy, and I can't quite put into words how flabbergasted and kind of proud of myself I am that I've been able to stick with it for so long. This is now the third, I won't say the 12th or 13th season. I can actually count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the 14th season, maybe? 14 seasons I've been at the club. It's crazy stuff. I can't honestly say, how awesome your support's been in terms of keeping me pumped and keeping me wanting to do this series. But before I get too kind of, not over emotional, but too over the top about it all, I'm going to wrap up the video. Guys, thank you for watching. As I said, if you've watched until this point, leave a comment just with a country's name. It's appreciated. It gives me an idea of how kind of good my kind of subscriber base and viewer base is at watching videos until the end and watching my videos in general, because it's always something that I like to know. You get a number on your YouTube video, but that doesn't tell you half the story, I don't feel. So yeah, if you've watched until this point, thank you so much. If you could leave a like on the video, it'd be awesome. If we could get 100 likes, episode 100, that would be amazing. It'd be like the most likes I've got on a video since I've returned to YouTube. And it really is appreciated your ongoing support, guys. So thank you so much. It is me, Jack, guys, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.